All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Brio in the Box podcast. Today we have the legend, Pat Lewis, with us.
How's it going?
I'm really good. How are you?
Can't complain. Just finished a good wad and
Pat's
having a cold beer.
Having a beer. It's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, so Guinness is on tap.
Got to loosen the nerves a little bit.
That's right. You're always a nervous guy.
It's a gift and a curse. It is what it is. It's just one of those things.
Right on. Well, thanks for being here. I'm drinking water, by the way, because it's Wednesday.
I'm on holidays today anyways, technically.
Yeah.
So
Gotta get her done.
exactly.
So you're not from Saskatoon? Where are you from?
I'm not from Saskatoon. I am from Ontario.
Yep.
Born there back in 1988.
Whoa, you're so old.
I know, crazy. 34 now.
What part of Ontario?
So I was born in Toronto.
Yeah.
Born in Toronto, lived there till I was about grade 2 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Actually, no, not even that old. Born in Toronto, moved to Newmarket when I was in grade 2. Dad was an outside sales rep for heavy equipment. Okay. So he started with John Deere, worked his way to Toromont Cat, and then kind of got transferred to Cat and was covering a lot of Southern Ontario.
Right on.
Moved out there, and then from there, around grade 2, we packed it up and moved to a small town, Dundas, which is in Hamilton, Ontario.
Dundas?
Dundas.
Nice.
So we like to call it Fundas. Fundas, Ontario, once you get set and established there. But grew up there from grade 2 until I kind of took off and moved out to Saskatchewan.
How small is small town?
Small, like I couldn't even tell you the number off the top of my head, but like small, like it's different, right? Like Hamilton has got a bunch of, it's called the Greater Hamilton region.
Yeah.
So essentially there's a bunch of different communities, kind of like how Saskatoon has your Brighton, Stonebridge,
Right.
Warman, that kind of stuff. But we're talking on a much, much larger scale.
Right.
So there's your Grimsby's, your Stony Creeks, your Ancasters, all that kind of stuff within 20, 30, maybe even 15-minute drives of one another kind of thing.
Right.
So
you're in one of those.
And then depending on traffic, it could be an hour kind of thing. So
Fucking big city traffic.
crazy. That's the one thing I don't miss.
Oh man, when I moved from Calgary, it was like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe you could get all the way across the city in like 15 minutes.
It's when somebody complains to me about traffic here, I literally look at them and I'm like, what on earth are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I get it. It's weird. You have to hit a red light on Circle Drive in the middle of your
It's kind of weird.
commute.
Yeah.
That's weird. That can get annoying, but traffic is unheard of here.
Yeah.
Like if there's an accident, it's still not even close to as bad as what it is on 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, rush hour Toronto.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not even in the scale.
There were days where I lived about 10 minutes away from my work, and there were days it would take me over an hour and a half to get there.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's stupid.
People would plan like an hour and a half commute, people, to get to and from the office. So that's 3 hours of your day in a car driving to and from work.
Yeah, not worth it.
It's not even worth it.
Crazy.
So
Big sports guy when you were younger?
yeah, big sports guy. So grew up playing hockey, grew up playing golf, grew up playing baseball.
Yeah.
I come from a sports family. There's four brothers at the Lewis household. So
I can only imagine.
it was a busy household to say the least. I'm the oldest of the 4.
Yeah.
Grant is the middle brother. He's 2 years younger than me. And then the other guys are anywhere from, I think they're 5 and 6 years from me. So, but yeah, my dad was big baseball player, big hockey player. So he kind of just not so much forced it on us, but it was essentially like, here are the skates, try it out, and let's go from there. So I grew up playing hockey, grew up playing baseball, and then got into golf as I got a little bit older. So
Yeah, awesome.
it was.
And you still play, right?
I still play hockey. I still play hockey rec league here, beer leagues. I'm playing slow pitch actually with a bunch of guys from Brio, so we're having a lot of fun. We started that last year. And then golf, big time out here.
Yeah.
So
CrossFit slows down a little bit in
it
the
does.
summer.
It does. And CrossFit all week too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're pretty like 5-6 days a week usually, eh?
Yeah, I try to be 5 days a week. Yeah. Sometimes more. I kind of play it by ear, see what the schedule's like with the working out and obviously the job and stuff. But no, I try to be 5 days a week, 2 days of rest, and if I do a little bit more, if I'm feeling good, no big deal. Cool.
So what do you do for work?
So I work for a company called Russell Metals Processing.
Yeah.
So we essentially sell steel.
Yeah.
We don't sell just say like a sheet the size of this table kind of thing. We actually process the steel using lasers, plasmas and fabrication machines. So your brakes, rollers, things like that. We have a tube laser as well.
Yeah.
Tube laser as well. Sorry, cut out there.
And we've bought some of your steel.
You have bought some of my steel.
Best steel I've ever bought.
Practically gave it to you for free.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
But it's doubled since
yeah.
we did it.
What the hell, hey?
Commodities. It's a crazy time.
Yeah, like, seriously.
Between wood and steel, it's nuts.
You basically can't build anything right now. People are going back to bags of sand. Yeah. Build a house out of sand.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah. Have you always been like in sales, that kind of stuff?
Yeah. So I have a marketing background. So I went to Fanshawe College in London and I did 2 years general marketing. So kind of got my taste a little bit of everything, you know, your accounting, your marketing, your insurance, all that kind of jazz. And I kind of leaned towards the sales side of things. Right. Sales was one of the courses in there. My father was a sales rep as well. So it just kind of happened naturally. Yeah. After I did my 2 years, I did one more year of kind of a international marketing, which was a little more sales based, and really enjoyed it. And kind of from there took off into kind of sales role. And I've dipped my toes in a bunch of different kind of sales ponds. Yeah. From selling uniforms and mats to selling cars to selling heavy equipment to where I am now, kind of selling steel and managing the province. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I think I found my home where I'm at now, which is good.
That's good. Yeah. Awesome. So we already talked about your brothers a little bit, but you have a special lady in your life as well.
I do have a special lady, Julie, Dr. Julie Darchuk, Cairo. She actually just opened up a new business in Stonebridge. A little plug there for her. Yeah. South End Chiropractic and Wellness.
Get it in you.
Yeah, I got cards.
I got cards.
But so that's actually what happened. That's what brought me out here. I met Jules. We met at a CrossFit gym in Ontario. Yeah. Solid Ground. I was actually working, I was selling print collateral. So we did like business cards, posters, all that kind of stuff. And I was in, it's called a BNI group. So Business Networking International. So the idea is we would meet once a week and it would be everybody from different occupations. So you'd have, example of Cairo, you'd have a gym owner, right? You'd have your mortgage broker, you'd have a real estate agent. And the idea was you refer everybody kind of business. Yep. And anywho, one of the guys there was just opening up a gym. I wasn't doing anything. He's like, hey, you know, can you help me out with some print collateral? I said, sure, no problem. So did all his business cards, a couple new posters, all that kind of stuff, and came down to the time of owing me some money. And he's like, hey, I got the check. Come on down to the gym. Yeah. I was like, all right. Came down. And we had hit it off too. We were kind of friends. Yeah. And so I went down, picked it up. And sure enough, he had like kind of like a class going. I still joke to this day that he was staging it for me a little bit. But
look really fit, guys. Look really fit. Let's impress him.
Exactly. And I didn't know what CrossFit was. I had no idea. I didn't watch videos. I wasn't on the YouTube kind of train. Yeah. And walked in and I was like, what the heck is this? Yeah. Guys doing muscle ups, guys doing like bar. It was just nuts to me at the time. Yeah. And he's like, you should try this out. And I'm like, hummed and hawed, thought about it. And I wasn't in the best shape, to be completely honest, back then either. And I was like, all right, fine, let's do it. He's like, all right, perfect. So he ended up booking me in. I came, I think, 2 days later, and we did the baseline workout. Yeah. I think it is like body weight pull-ups, air squats, like a 500-meter row.
Yeah, I think it's 500-meter row, like 40 air squats, 30 sit-ups, 20 push-ups, 10 pull-ups, or something like that. Yeah.
It's like looking back now, like nothing too crazy. Yeah. I damn near died.
Just died.
Right to the floor. It probably took me 25 minutes, 7 bands. I wouldn't be surprised looking back now. And kind of like that was the eye opener. Right. It was just like, okay, like I thought I was athletic. I was playing sports every day, hockey, baseball, golf, but clearly not the case. Yeah. So signed up and drank the Kool-Aid and I kind of went in real hard. Yeah. Like got right into it, loved it, and been doing it ever since. Yeah.
And and you met Julie at the gym.
Yeah. And so Julie was studying for, so the Cairo College is in Richmond Hill, which is where the gym was. And she was there training. And so we had known each other for a couple of years training there. And we were just actually always good friends. And then 2 years into kind of training, she came back one summer. I like to think I kind of got in a little bit of better shape. And maybe she took a little notice to me. But no, I'm just kidding. We were away one weekend and we just kind of started chatting a little bit. Yeah. And one thing led to another. We hit it off and
that's awesome.
The rest is history.
And how long's it been?
Okay. So it sounds bad, but we actually don't know like the actual day we started dating. We're engaged now. It's probably been 8+ years, give or take, easy. Because I've been out here for 5 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, October 2016 is when I moved out here. So I've been out here for 5 years. We were probably 2.5, 3 years. So yeah, 8 years. Yeah, give or take.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
you mentioned you weren't in super good shape. I've seen some photos.
I wasn't in. I'm gonna have a little drink now here now.
How bad was it? It was
not good.
Yeah,
not good.
How much heavier were you at one point?
Like my heaviest was probably 240.
Wow.
Give or take 240, 245.
Yeah.
So you're not stepping on the scale too much those days because you don't want to see that.
Yeah. Don't want to face reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got a good start because when I was doing summers in between college, I was working at a garden center.
Okay.
So things started falling off a little bit more there, just being up and down in the equipment,
right.
12 hours a day out in the sun. Kind of started falling off there. I was in college. I tried to keep it off during the school semesters and things like that, going to the gym, but nothing was happening. I would just go in there and then do, mile run on the treadmill, look at myself in the mirror, do a couple back squats, sit in my toes. Like,
yeah,
nothing worked. And then when I found CrossFit, I'd probably lost about 25 to 30. I was probably in that 220-ish kind of range.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I had any muscle on me whatsoever. And then from there, that's when once I started doing that, once I got involved with it, it fell off very, very fast.
That's awesome.
So,
and you got pretty athletic because you went on our regional team one year.
I did.
So,
yep.
You can make your way up on top of the bar and do all the things.
Yeah. No, it's been a whirlwind. It really has. Like I love it. I think I'll do it. I think I'll do it forever. I really do. It's just, I'm a competitive guy. I love community. I love being with friends. I love everything about it for the hour I'm in there and as well as the couple hours I coach during the week. So it's my kind of thing. I took to it and it's not going to change.
That's great. Yeah. So we already talked about your first workout and getting owned.
Well, that was my first baseline workout. My first ever class WOD was an absolute beatdown.
Was it?
It was Fran.
Oh God.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Not good at all.
Was it like a 20-minute Fran?
It was like 17 minutes, 16 and a half, 17 minutes. And I'll never forget it because it was my first WOD.
That's me.
I think I had like 3 or 4 bands, 55 pounds on the bar.
Yeah.
The whole nines. And it wasn't good. But I always enjoy doing Fran now because I use it as like a measuring stick to where I was to where I've gone. Yeah. And now I'm a sub 3-minute Fran now, which is really cool to say.
No bands.
No bands. Bandless.
Bandless. So that's awesome. And I think a lot of people shy away from the compare twos, because they're like, oh, I was 5 seconds slower this time, or oh, I was like, whatever, I didn't get the same score. But you have to look at the big picture, right? You have to look a little bit further back maybe than just the last time 4 months ago or whatever. Yep. And be like, holy crap, I can't believe this took me 17 minutes one time. Like that's the real win, Yeah. What's your favorite workout? Or sorry, your favorite movement? My favorite movement, it's a tough one. Probably would be I enjoy push jerks. I really do. Yeah. It's a comfortable movement for me. Yeah, push jerks. I don't hate the snatch kind of thing, but between those two, that's kind of my jam. Chuck a barbell around. A little bit. I'm not I don't get like Olympic, people love Olympic lifting. Yeah. Like, let's go. Doing a 1-rep max back squat. That's not my thing. Like I love the cardio aspect, the Metcon portion that CrossFit gives you. Like that's kind of like what I like to do and settle into, and for sure, high volume, high reps kind of thing. Yeah. So cool. Do you have a least favorite movement? Yeah, ring muscle ups. Not even a question. Yeah, there's often a lot of subbing bar muscle ups when those guys come up, isn't there? It's gotten to the point where it's every time now. Yeah, it's just all right. Bar muscle ups, David. Here we go. And it was bothering your shoulder pretty bad for a while, right? Yeah, it's a little bit of, it's just an uncomfortable movement. Obviously, I'm not great at it, so that's on me. I own that kind of thing. I'm sure if I worked on it a little bit, I can get that dialed in. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's not when I'm in that dip position, it's not a comfortable position for me. And at kind of this point where I'm at with CrossFit and things like that, and kind of where I want to get with it, it's just one of those things where I check my ego at the door and do something else to get the same stimulus. Yeah. I'm similar with pistols, it's kind of like, it's not a good movement for you. Never has been. I can do them, but I'm not good at them. They kind of hurt my knees. It's like, is it really worth it? And it's like, well, I'm not really competing. I'm not really like trying to go to the CrossFit Games. So it's like, maybe I'll just benefit more from subbing that out, you know, and that's fine. I think the reality is like some of those movements are just sexy movements and you don't really have to do them in the real world. Right. So if you need to make good choices to focus more on longevity, then that's awesome.
Yeah. And it's the exact same idea. Like I can do it if I need to do it, but it's not going to be pretty.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to hurt myself in the long run.
For sure.
Kind of thing. So
yeah, not always worth it.
No.
Okay. A few random questions here. Are you a pineapple on pizza guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Every time?
No, not every time, but I do like a good Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Are you?
Oh yeah. Love it. I always put, unless I'm having like a meat lovers or something, but I have a pretty elaborate pizza that involves pineapples that I really enjoy.
What is it?
It's chicken, pineapples, banana peppers, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and olives. It's like a loaded, but like a non-traditional loaded, you know?
Like, is that even on the menu or
No,
that's custom?
That's custom. That's the David Riley special.
Right on.
Yeah, it's super good. Try it next time. Are you a early bird or a night owl?
A little bit of a night owl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually shut it down around 11:30 kind of thing, give or take, depending on what I have going on the next day. But I'm a big TV guy, and it's one of those, it's my guilty pleasure to unwind kind of after the day. Yeah. So
absolutely.
Talk to so many people during the day with the job and the day to day. It's sometimes you just need to shut it off. And
it's funny. Hey, it's funny how that works. Cause like, I would consider you to be one of the more outgoing people I know, but like, it's still, you know, it still takes it out of you. And sometimes you just need some like quiet time to just relax and turn the brain off and whatever.
And that's all it is. Like, it's just literally shut it off 2 hours, you know, maybe a little bit longer, depending if I'm into a show or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it's the big one is to unwind. Yeah, for sure.
Whenever Jocelyn goes away for one of her level 1 seminars and she's out of town, often Atlas and Dash will go to Grammy and Grampy's for Saturday night. And I always joke that that's my chance to hang out with my other girlfriend. And my other girlfriend is, I clean my house and I just sit in my nice clean house and enjoy like a grown-up show while there's no kids around to mess it up and there's no like Paw Patrol on the TV or whatever. And it's just like, it's blissful. It's great.
So are you a clean freak as well?
I am, but I had to like really let that go a little bit with kids because I was like getting frustrated. You know, you're constantly cleaning, trying to deal with, and Jocelyn's not super clean either. So
same thing in my house.
But she's gotten way better, I will say that. So yeah, I had to dumb it down a little bit. Saturday night is when I do the big clean and just savor it. Yeah. It's good.
It is. Yeah. No, I'm a big clean guy.
Yeah. I've seen videos of you vacuuming. Excited about your vacuum.
Big Dyson guy. Big Dyson guy.
No, we were recently converted and
you're back on Dyson.
Because we had one a long time ago in the gym and it blew up on us because the chalk wasn't good for the bagless filter. And then we got one for our house and a little stick one. It's amazing.
I know.
I love it.
I had to upgrade when we got a dog. We got a golden retriever, Howie, and the hair is absolutely outrageous. Yeah. I actually had a year and a half ago, I had to upgrade the thing. Yeah. Because it was just insanity what's coming off the dog.
Oh yeah. But those guys shed a lot.
They do.
Okay, are you a chocolate or vanilla guy?
Chocolate.
Chocolate?
Definitely chocolate. I like vanilla too as well, but if the choice came, I'm going to choose chocolate. Chocolate over vanilla.
Fair enough. Now, I already know the answer to this one. Okay. Are you a country music fan?
Big country guy. Huge country guy, to be honest.
Huge country guy, yeah. Chances are, if there's country music playing at Brio, it's because Pat's either coaching or has taken control of the playlist.
Hey, ask my regulars in classes. They love a good country. Yeah. When I was doing Wednesdays, a lot of them are missing the Western Wednesdays. Yeah. They've said it themselves.
I know. I think Carly would do some of those sometimes as well, but yeah.
It's like I'm between country and I like EDM dance. Like that's kind of my niche of music that I like to listen to. Yeah. To be honest, I listen to all genres kind of thing, whatever's on the radio, Sirius, whatever. Yeah. But if I'm choosing and making a priority to go listen to something, it's one of those two. Yeah.
So that's awesome. Country. Are you beer or wine guy?
I'm a beer guy.
A beer guy.
I'll drink wine though, but I can get into some trouble when I drink the red wine. Yeah? Like Julie doesn't like me. Like I talk a lot to begin with as it is, and she says I talk like nonstop, but it's almost like sponge mouth kind of thing. Like, so my brain's going a mile a minute. Yeah. It's not coming out properly.
Just with the red wine, hey?
Exactly. That's the red wine.
Awesome. Are you a salty or a sweet guy?
I'm a sweet guy.
Sweet guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your go-to snack?
Jubes.
Jubes.
Yeah.
Actually, Ian's a really big fan of jubes as well.
It's okay. Another weird thing. As soon as I got into CrossFit and as soon as it happened, that's like, I remember like it was yesterday. It just, something happened and it was jubes.
Really?
Like if I'm in the grocery store and they have them set up on the cashier, like right down the line.
Yeah.
Like it's just a walking target for me. I'm buying it for $1.99.
They put them out for you and the other jube guys.
Probably. But yeah, I love jubes.
I like 5-cent candies, but I don't know if jubes is one of my top 5.
I would choose them every day of the week over anything else.
All right. You and Ian can have a jube party.
I hope I get invited to it.
Ian doesn't like chocolate, so he likes that kind of stuff more. But yeah, I think jubes are his thing. I think we'll have to ask him when he comes on. What's the last book, or what book are you currently reading?
So I'm currently reading Will Smith's biography, Will.
Yeah.
The last book I just finished was Bitcoin Widow. I'm kind of getting into the learning and researching cryptocurrency a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I actually started Will and kind of fell off a little bit and then put it to the side and got into this Bitcoin Widow. It was based on a true story.
Right.
And I'm a big true story kind of guy. That's what I like reading. Just finished that up and just got back on Will and about halfway done. So
is the Bitcoin one, is it like a novel that's based on a true story? Or is it like her telling
It's her telling her story.
Okay.
So it's essentially about, not direct the book, but I can't remember the names off the top of my head, but it's about a woman marries a gentleman that owns a Bitcoin or a crypto trading firm. And long story short, he was essentially stealing the money and created like a Ponzi scheme, ends up dying, and everything's on her now that she's just married this guy. And there's rumors and conspiracy theories on if he's actually dead or not. And I'm not wrecking the book because you can read this. This is all over the news over the last 2 years. But yeah, really interesting. Wasn't the greatest book I've ever read.
Yeah.
But no, definitely.
Crypto Widow?
Bitcoin Widow.
Bitcoin Widow.
Bitcoin Widow.
There you go. Check it out.
Check it out. Definitely.
If you're dabbling in Bitcoin, you can hear some insider stories.
That Bitcoin and crypto is wild.
It is wild.
Like I don't know enough to have a conversation with it. I'm currently learning about it, but it's something to say the least.
I bought a little bit of stuff here and there, and I've had some good luck with it, but I've seen some people have some very bad luck with it and it not go well.
It's I'm learning about blockchains and all this and that. And it's where me and Julie are actually doing a little bit of a course on it kind of thing. Yeah. So just getting a little familiar with it.
Is it covering the NFT stuff as well?
They do. It's a 4-week course, and we haven't got into it. The NFTs, to me, it looks like it's like trading Pokemon. Like it looks ridiculous. How somebody just made it on their computer and it got a value to it.
I know. I feel like that's a Ponzi scheme.
That's what I don't
know anything. I don't know enough about it to know what the deal is, but it seems like it's a big sham.
Yeah.
It seems like it's like a money laundering thing, right? Where like drug dealers are like, this NFT, it's worth $500,000. Like, oh, okay, cool.
So is the Charizard Pokemon First Edition. Like it's insane.
And if you want to honestly spend $500,000 on that, like, cool. Good luck.
Yeah, it's an interesting world for sure. We're enjoying learning about it. So, but let's just say we're walking in slowly.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah.
So what made you want to coach in the first place?
Well, you actually approached me.
I did.
You did. You came to me. What happened? Well, Julie was coaching actually.
Yep.
Julie was coaching back then when she moved out here, and you guys kind of mentioned it to me, and I actually never really thought about it, to be completely honest.
Yep.
And I said, sure, what the heck? Why not?
Yep.
And now what's it been? How long have I been doing it for?
It's been a while, like 4 years now.
Yeah, like it was probably a year after joining you guys when I moved out here.
Yeah.
And it's just one, I like it. I genuinely enjoy it. I enjoy the community. I enjoy everybody there. I enjoy the 2 hours that I'm there. Yeah, it's been great.
Awesome.
And I think me being in sales kind of helps transition and coaching, but coaching it's different. It definitely
for sure.
is.
Yeah. That first time you coach, even if you consider yourself to be like good at public speaking, you'll get up in front of everybody and you'll be like, I don't know what to say. It's just, there's something about doing something new that's just alarming,
Absolutely. I still sometimes happen. Like 4:30 is usually my trial class, and then I get dialed in for 5:30 and 7:30. Just one of those things.
I always joke around whenever I'm doing an early morning class and it's 6 a.m. and I'm still half asleep and things aren't going well. Don't worry, guys. You guys are just my trial class. Like the next one will be better.
Exactly.
Sorry in advance. You did your level 1. Was it at our gym or what?
It was at 306.
306. Yeah. So you did it over a year ago.
It was last January, I think.
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah. What do you remember about your level 1?
Jeez, put me on the spot.
Not the answers to the questions.
Oh,
just the experience.
It was really good. Honestly, really good. To be honest, I'm coaching for the time period that I had before going to the level 1, I think helped a lot. Yeah. But it's funny. It's just one of those things like, you know, you think you know how to coach something, or you think you know cues on one thing, and these guys will these level 1 coaches, you know, constructive criticism. It's like, you're doing okay, but no, you're actually doing it wrong. Right. Kind of thing. So no, it was great. It was good. I think if an level 2 comes around, I'd give it a shot for sure. Awesome. But yeah, no, it was a good weekend.
Yeah, that's good. It's just like, no matter what, it's fun. It's cool to meet new people that are passionate about the thing that you're hopefully passionate about as well when you go there. And it's a real eye opener to like how much you can push it, you know, same with any, you know, field really. Like if you really want to geek out on all the stuff and get really good at the minute details, there's so much you can learn and so much you can do. But I think the level 1's a great first impression of like how far you can take it. Was Jocelyn doing it when you were there?
She was. Jocelyn was there. She was, so what's the guy's
Jason
name? Jason was running it, and then Jocelyn was there, behind the scenes kind of thing. And it was great too, having her there, knowing her, and you know, takes a little bit of the nerves out of it, kind of thing.
For sure.
Yeah, no, it was. It's definitely a good experience. If somebody's thinking about it, I would for sure recommend it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So overall, the big question that we ask everybody to finish is, what's your why? Like, why do you CrossFit? What's the main reason you do it?
So I CrossFit for probably a bunch of different reasons. Honestly, it's my hour a day where I kind of shut my head off, and I'm in there. I'm in there with my friends. I'm in there meeting new people, and obviously I'm getting my exercise in, kind of thing. Try to stay in moderate to decent shape. Yeah. But yeah, it's just it's constantly pushing myself, right? Like that's what I like about CrossFit. I call it one of the most humbling sports there is.
For sure.
Because you'll come off those weeks where you're just absolutely crushing it. You're just dialed in. You're feeling good. You're beating everybody on the WODs. Yeah. And then next week you got a WOD that shows up and it just brings you back down to reality. That's what I like about it. Like I'm never going to be a pro athlete or anything. It's constantly, I've been doing it for probably close to 8 years now, and it still challenges me every day. Yeah. And that's what I appreciate about it the most. Yeah. So
I guess it's similar to like, you know, you're a big golfer as well. It's similar to golf, but like more physical, you know, more physically demanding. Golf can be like such a mentally draining sport, right? Where you're just like, you feel like you got it going and then you just like shoot it off into the woods. And I feel like CrossFit's like that same sort of thing where, you can feel good for a while and then all of a sudden something comes up and you're like, oh shit, that's one more thing I got to work on. And that's awesome.
Back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board. I'm going to ask you one more question because this is a big one for you. What are your shows? What do we got to watch? Because you're the guy that's basically watched all the shows.
Well, okay. Do you want what I'm into now?
What are you into now?
Or what I would recommend?
Well, tell me what you're into now, and then set me on a path.
Okay. So right now, I got back into Better Call Saul.
Okay. Which was the
Breaking Bad
sequel,
prequel or whatever. Yeah. So if you're into Breaking Bad, I'd highly recommend that. I took some time off and kind of got back into it, which has been good. I'm watching The Dropout right now on Disney Plus.
Which is tell me really about that one. What was that one about again?
So it's about Elizabeth Holmes.
Okay.
She was the founder of Theranos, which was that blood sampling company that started in Silicon Valley. Right. And it was essentially prick of blood would tell you if you've got cancer, allergies, all this nines, all like anything under the sun. The idea was this box would tell you that. And I'm not recommending anything for you. She pretty much lied about the entire thing.
She basically built like $1 billion company over on a product that didn't do anything, that didn't work, that she didn't actually have the technology for. Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's all, and I watched her documentary before, kind of thing, so that's why I was interested in it. Right. And yeah, I would highly recommend it, definitely. Yeah. I would say watch the documentary first if you can. Mm-hmm. It's on Crave. Get familiar with the story. and then you'll appreciate kind of the show after the fact. And Dopesick, I would recommend if you haven't watched that.
Just finished that one.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was super good. Yeah. It's fascinating.
Like that's crazy to think that that's a true story.
Yeah.
That was happening, and it was that easy to get your hands on oxycodone.
Yeah. Yeah, for those that haven't heard about it, it's basically about the story of Purdue Pharma and the release of Oxycontin and how it basically ruined a lot of people's lives.
And still is.
Still is, yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy one. I like those ones where it's like it's sort of like a fiction, you know, like they tell a story, but they're using like factual things, you know, makes it more entertaining than just a documentary.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. So that's what I'm watching now. My go-to favorite show is obviously Yellowstone. If you haven't watched Yellowstone, hop on that.
Yeah.
Succession. Big fan of Succession. I
haven't started that one yet.
Big recommend.
Yeah.
Definitely. So it's a great show.
Okay. Succession. That's the one about they're taking over their father's like media business or something.
Well, yeah, it's essentially a media conglomerate run by a family. Dad owns it, but dad promises the company to all 4 kids kind of thing, and it's just
drama ensues,
ruthlessness, backstabbing, and it's very, very well done.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool. Pat's the go-to guy if you need to talk about anything Netflix or whatever related, because he's probably seen it all.
You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
You got to have your quality time, man, because eventually you're going to have kids and
exactly
it's going to be gone. And you'll be like, I remember when I used to be able to watch my shows.
Once upon a time. And then it'll be Paw Patrol that everybody talks about and everything like that.
My kids are just starting to get to the age where, like, Atlas, I can watch anything with him, but Dash is still a little young for some stuff, but he's getting there. You know, we can take him to a movie now and he'll sit still for the whole thing, which is a big step. But one day it'll be like I can watch an R-rated movie around them.
Yeah, you'll be asking him, Alice, to go to the movies with you.
I know.
That's what'll happen.
I know.
Let's go to the movie, Alice.
He'll be too busy with his girlfriends and buddies and not want to do it, but that's cool. Awesome. Thanks for being here, man.
No, thanks for having me.
And thanks for watching the last episode. We'll see you guys next time.